Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Marshall Variety channel. Oh, it's so exciting to finally be talking to you all again, and in my favorite position, brows did and face all sorted, ready for a good makeup application. So my apologies for being away for quite some time. We had that hiatus over Easter, and I can't say I was feeling uninspired. I was waiting for things to be delivered to my house, which I had planned for this video in particular. So this is going to be a long one, so grab some snacks, get a drink, make a cup of tea, anything that you like to do for watching anything feature length. And it's going to be a full face of new makeup products. So about 80% of my routine I bought loads and loads of new products for. The only things I haven't bought new for is like priming, setting, and just general makeup help products. And I also don't have a new concealer either. But I am working on that one, so I'll mention that in a future video. But yeah, this is going to be very exciting. I've only used one of the new product, and that's only once. So you're going to be getting my real and true feelings in this video. So this could be an absolute disaster. We could be applying and just go off the deep end and just be like, oh my god, what's happened? And we could end up looking awful. But that's the fun of the video, and I can give you some good recommendations or stay away froms if that's what it comes to. So let's begin. So I already did my brows off camera. Not buying a new brow product because, as we all know, I'm not going to talk about it much. Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Setting Gel or Pigmented Gel is the best brow product I've ever used in my entire life. I don't think I'll ever find another one that reinvents the brow game like this until maybe Anastasia themselves make another really good product. And yeah, that's the tea on that. So we're going to go straight into eyeshadow. As you know, I like to do eyeshadow before my base a lot of the time. And I have two new eyeshadow palettes. I think I'm only going to use one in this video, and I'll use another one in my next video. But, so I bought a Beauty Bay palette. So Beauty Bay themselves have been marketing their own palettes for quite some time now. And I've wanted to try them for a long time. We have loads of different ones. We have brights, we have neutrals, we have berries, we have sunset palettes. I decided to go for the brights because I'm actually going to do a bright look in today's video because I've done neutral in the last two with soft glam. So look at this crazy packaging. Don't look now if you could get seizures, because this is crazy holographic. And the palette itself is a really nice matte suede sort of black packaging with the same sort of thing going on in the logo. So this is a mini version of the palette. I bought this off Beauty Bay, of course. This was £8 for 9 pans, and they do have giant £42 versions, which are only £23. I think that's a really good deal. But of course, we have to see if they blend well first. The reviews on these are very good, so I'm optimistic. And when we did some swatches last night, myself and my mother were quite shooketh at how pigmented 8 out of 9 of the shades were. One was a bit... And I'll be doing some live swatches in a second, so we'll soon find out. So this is the Beauty Bay IN Bright Mattes palette, and this is what it looks like. La! These are delicious bright shades. They're just so nice, and there's a nice array of colours here. You can use these a lot as like a connector palette for all your other looks. I don't think £8 is bad for that kind of thing if you want to add a pop of light or a pop of a bright neon into something else that you're doing. But of course, I'm going to be constructing a whole look with this. I'm probably going to stick to the middle row, maybe throw some light pink in as well for blending purposes. But I'm thinking sunset, but bright sunset, and maybe the dark purple on the lid. So it'll be like a night into sunset or something like that. And let's do some swatches. So we have the white shade, which is Coconut Crush. We have the baby pink, which is Pinky Promise. And we have the berry pink, which is Make Them Wink. Oh, live swatching is not fun. Ooh, there's our white. There's our pink. Oh, and there's our berry pink. That one is crazy good. I'm going to wipe it off my fingers with my, another new favourite, which we're actually going to talk about, is the Pure Micellar Water Wipes. These are soaking wet, and because they have micellar water on, they're so good at taking the makeup off like that. And these are 2 for £1 in Poundland. As you all know, I work there, and I wanted to try them one day because I noticed a lot of people buying these, and these are fantastic. The Johnson's ones, as you all know, are really good. I actually think these are better. My mother agrees with me on that one, because you can turn it over and it's still soaking, and you're still going to be able to take your whole face off with it, so that's fantastic. Highly recommend these. That's what I'm going to be using to wipe my fingers off after every swatch. So now we have the second row, which has a yellow, an orange, and a red. So the yellow is called Hello Sunshine, the orange is called Heat Wave, and the red is called Carpe Diem. Let's do the yellow, orange. So the red was a little bit, not a little bit, that's a very disappointing red in my opinion. But I can understand sometimes because it is hard to get a good red with a vegan formula. But, you know, I still think that's a bit of a disappointing swatcher. But who knows? It might go on the eye well. That's going to be probably the first colour we apply. So let's hope it doesn't ruin the whole thing before we even start. And on the last row, we have a lovely tealy robin's egg green, which is called Jaded. We have a lovely blue called Pacific Dreams and a purple called Purple Rain. I see what you did there. So here is the green. Oh, that blue is so good. Can't wait to use that in a future video. And so is the purple. And there's the purple. So that's all the swatches. Of course, doing live swatches is not easy, so my apologies. They could have been a lot better, of course, but there's the colours for you all to see. I hope you guys like the look of the palette, and even if it's not for you, I hope you are looking forward to me putting it on my eyes, because I certainly am. Okay, so we were having a look at how I'm actually going to start. I think I'm going to start by applying the lid colour first because that's the darkest, and then work my way up. So I'm going to go on with Purple Rain. It is on the brush and ready. I'm applying it with the Morphe E36. So this is one I usually use to do the outer corner of the eye with. But of course, that's not necessary today, as we're just going to be going for one consistent gradient of colour. So let's see how it applies. Oh, and of course, I used MAC Painterly Paint Pot as the primer. That's never going to change. And didn't set it because it's much better if you don't. Yep, I think that's applying really nice. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to apply it across the lid and just slightly feather it into the crease a tiny bit, and I'll come back as soon as I've done. That's the purple shade applied, and I just slightly feathered it out a bit on the edges and blended it in to the top as well. And I really like how it applied. It has that sort of goes on really pigmented and then calms down a little bit so that you can actually play about with it and really build it up to make it look really beautiful. It doesn't fluff everywhere so that you can't even control the colour. And as you can see, we have a really nice opaque colour across the whole lid, and I'm very happy with how that's applying so far. So now we're going to go on to the problematic shade. We're going to go on to the red one. Thankfully, I don't have to apply too much of this, so if there is a slight blending issue, I can save it. But I'm just going to go in fact, for the rest of this look, I'm probably going to use the M506, which is a fantastic blender that you can use for multi-purpose, which I really like. So let's go into that red. Oh, no. Okay, so that really doesn't pick up on the brush much at all. Let's just fan that across my hand a minute. I don't know about that. But the colour's there, so I suppose I could build it up. What I am noticing about these is that they don't fluff, they don't fall out really. There's a little bit of fallout on my actual eye, but there's no fallout on the palette at all. Like they're stamped in, they're damn good. Which for a lot of people is a very good thing, and I'm also very good with that as well. Let's just remove some of this purple from below my eye. Right, so we're going to load up our brush with this red. We're going to tap it off, of course. Nothing comes off because it is a bit dry. And we're just going to go really deep in there and feather it across. Not great by any means, but that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Okay, it's time to go on with our orange colour now, which is a way more pigmented colour than that red was. So I won't have to spend so long building it up, thankfully. But the red wasn't actually that bad. It went on nice. Just got to build it up a little bit sheer, you know. What you expect. So this orange picks up a hell of a lot more on the brush, and there is also more kickback in the pan as well, to be expected, especially for a really pigmented colour. And I can actually tap this one off as well. So let's see how it applies. That's really nice. Okay, I love how that went on. Super dramatic wing. We love a bit of that. We love a sunset wing. And yeah, that was a really, really good colour. Really, really enjoyed that. Alright, let's go into the yellow, which is called Hello Sunshine. Again, way more kickback and way more pick up on the brush because it has a lot more going for it pigment-wise. And then we're just going to go, it's kind of like half on top of the colour, half above. So that we do get a seamless blend, but we also get the colour to show as well. Because what's the point of putting on a colour that you blend straight into the colour you already have? Because all you're going to get then is mud. And if any of you are interested with the purple later, I'm going to go back in with the brush we're going to do our lower lash line with and just feather the purple across the bottom so it almost looks like liner. You all know I can't do liner. I am terrible with that sort of thing. I have no control over it and it'll just go everywhere and ruin all the eyeshadow, so I don't see the point. We'll just do it with a dark eyeshadow instead, which I can actually have control over. Oh yeah, my mother's in the background. She's about to go to sleep because it is very late that I'm doing this. But you know, you all know I always film really late. It's a great way to wind down before bed, just throwing some makeup on, taking it straight off.
I'll never understand it.
I don't even understand it myself. And there we go. There's the eyeshadow mostly applied for now. I really, really like how these colours blended together. You can actually see the three colours, even though they are completely fully blended. I actually think I'm going to take the white shade and put that in the brow bone area, ready to be highlighted later. Yeah, I think I'll definitely do that. So I'm just finding a little itty-bitty brush to do that with. I think I'm going to use this brush, which is the brush I'm going to use later for my lower lash line. This is a Real Techniques brush. This is the Pixel Point eyeliner brush. But it's a little thicker than a standard eyeliner brush, which is why I'm using it for this purpose. White picks up lovely on the brush. They blended really nice, didn't they? I'm very impressed. You can actually see the red, the orange, and the yellow as an actual sunset effect as well. I've never been able to get to do that before. But I am using better brushes now as well.
It's all within half nine, don't you?
Oh yeah, I'll clean that up later. Nice drama. That white is nice too, isn't it?
Foundation. His eyes always look funny till the foundation
Oh,
is on.
I look like a psychopath before the actual. Imagine if I went out like this, guys. Imagine if I went out like this, just browsing this winged eyeshadow, and just went, "Hi guys!" Like I'd look like a right psychopath.
Night, everyone.
Good night, Mom. Mama says night, everyone. Not even going to edit that part out because that is what we authentically like. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe. I really, really like these eyeshadows, guys. I am really impressed, Beauty Bay. Looks like the second I get paid, I'm going to be buying a full-size palette. Well, to be honest, I might just buy all the palettes in mini because I actually really like the mini palettes. Yes, I'm loving how this is a really good trick, actually, guys. Before you actually put, like, or if you don't even want to put a sparkling colour on your brow bone area, you can just do a nice white shadow. And what's nice is then if you go back in with the colour you just used and just really softly fan the edges, and you get an extremely blended effect, which is beautiful. Alright, so let's put our eyeliner brushes back for now. So that is the eyeshadow portion done for now. I really, really like this palette so far. I used 5 colours on my eye. I am also going to use another colour later. I won't spoil that yet. I'm going to use another colour later to do my lower lash line. So stay tuned for that. So now it's time for base. So I'm going to be speeding through the first 1 or 2 steps. And I'm going to be doing too much of it on camera. So I'm going to do priming first of all. So I will do this with you since I do have a new foundation I'm going to be using today. I don't have a new concealer or setting powder though, so I will be skipping that part. So I'm going to use my Benefit Professional, which I am low on at the moment, which is very depressing. I've just ordered a little mini to use for now, since at the moment there's 15% off on feelunique.com. If you all remember my mother's video on Feel Unique, it's that site where you can get 3 samples for like £3 odd, and then you get a £3 credit, which basically means you get free delivery the second time you do it. It's an excellent website. They also sell a lot of like designer makeup, designer fragrance, all that kind of stuff. And they've got 15% off all Benefit at the moment. But if any of you are thinking like, oh, you should be using a different primer or something cheaper, I have tried quite a few others. I've tried the dupe of this, the Soap and Glory one. I really didn't like it. I just didn't think it did the same thing. It didn't smell as good, and it didn't make my makeup stay on as long, and it didn't blur as good as this one. The only one I'd be willing to try in its place is the Tarte Clean Slate, which is the one that Miss Tati Westbrook loves. And I love that woman to pieces. She is such a queen. Everyone should go watch her, go subscribe to her. She's amazing. I just absolutely love her. She's what got me into makeup along with Jeffree Star in the first place. So I can't thank her enough for all the recommendations. But anyway, she loves that Tarte primer, but it is more expensive than this one, which is why I'm a bit reluctant to try it. But if I do get that in the future, I'm be sure to get Tarte Shape Tip Concealer as well, because I know everybody loves that, and I'll be using them both together, so stay tuned for that. So there's the primer applied. I do on the odd occasion put that hydrating sport gel primer on, but I don't always do it. I don't really feel like it's that necessary, to be honest with you. I'm also going to be using a new sponge in this one. I actually don't know if I like this, because I didn't love how it blended out my my eye primer, but this is a Poundland sponge, actually. They had these at Christmas time. It's a marbled sponge. It's the exact same shape as a Beauty Blender, but it's a little bit more hard, I'd say, than a Beauty Blender is. But I haven't tried one that's in this shape before, so I'm quite interested to see how it will perform. So, onto the foundation. So we have a foundation I wanted to try for so long. This is a recommendation that comes from Miss Tati Westbrook, or Glam Life Guru, whatever you want to call her, or Queen of Everything, as she actually is. And it's the L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear Infallible Foundation, and a lot of people have loved this. Some have not loved it, but the majority of reviews I've seen have been very, very positive. I wanted to get this a long time ago. This was what kept the video on hold, really, because I was trying to get a sample of the colours first, because shade matching myself is so difficult, because I don't want it to be my skin colour because it's way too red. I like a bit of yellowness in the foundation to cancel it all, as you've seen when I apply my favourite matte foundation. But I was using the Makeup Revolution Concealer for every day, as you all know. I talked about that in my Everyday Glam Get Ready With Me video. But I was running out of concealer way too quick. I ran out of that large 13mm one in a month, and then I bought another 4mm one of these, which I literally just had to buy another one, and I ran out in literally a week, because 4mm is not meant to be used for a whole full face, whereas you get 30mm in a foundation, which is why they last so much longer. But I decided to just bite the bullet and go with the shade that multiple shade matching apps and things online told me to get, so I just went for it. I got shade Ivory, which is shade 20, and I actually really, really like it. It's quite close to my MAC one, slightly warmer, but it still has that yellowness to it, which really cancels me out, evens me out. This is a gorgeous foundation. I've only used it twice, but I wore it through 2 9-hour shifts. In fact, I went straight out yesterday after a 9-hour shift, and it was on until midnight, so it was on for like almost 12 hours, and well, over 12 hours. It was on for about 14-15 hours, and it didn't budge. Neither did the concealer, and I was very, very, very impressed with it. And I think the 24-hour wear thing is right, or at least it's going to be close to that. It's quite a runny foundation, quite a thin foundation. It's I'd say light to medium. I'd say more medium than light, by the way I apply it. But I think this is gorgeous. It has a very interesting scent to it, especially when you put it on. It starts to blend into a really nice skincare scent. I'm very, very impressed with it thus far. This is the only product I'll be giving a review of before I use it, because I've actually used this once or twice. I haven't used any of the other products. So let's get applying. So we're going to take our sponge. It feels weird not putting this onto my Real Technique sponge, which I always use. So there's the foundation. As you can see, it's very runny. And we're going to just apply it to the face in dots like we normally would. As you can see, it still has that really nice rich yellowness that I really like from the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. Oh yeah, I really don't think I'm going to like applying it with this. The base of this is just too big. Like, I feel like I'm going to get it in... I feel like I'm going to get it in my brows and in my eyeshadow. I don't know. I love the scent of this. When it first comes out of the bottle, you think, ooh, I don't know about that. And then as soon as you actually like get it blended and get it on the face, and It's kind of like when you smell perfume in the bottle. It smells like pure alcohol, and then when you actually get it on the skin, it's like, yes, that smells so good. Okay, so there's everything in. Let's go bounce it in. I don't like this blender. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's taking all the foundation off. I've got nothing left. Okay, bye Felicia. That is cancelled. Let's get my slightly damp Real Technique sponge that I use every single day to apply all my products and blend it in. The reason I bought this was for every day, and I'm very impressed with its staying power. I've had compliments in the shop. People have said, oh, I really like how your skin looks. And the lady who served me in Superdrug, I got this in Superdrug, and this is $10.99. And I think that's very fair for how good the product is. It's more on the upper end of drugstore, I'd say. It's not like super cheap like some are. But L'Oreal kind of, I'd say, is the top end of drugstore. Like, they're almost mid-end. Okay, and there's the foundation fully blended out. It's a nice medium coverage at the moment. I'll bring you closer so you can see up close in the light. I really like this foundation. It's really nice. As you can see how it just evens me out. It doesn't necessarily cover extremely full, but you can of course build it up to do so. Just do 2 layers. So now I'm going to go do my concealer and setting powder off camera. I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution concealer in shade C3. It is Conceal and Define. And I'm going to use my usual Rimmel Match Perfection setting powder. Love this. There are new ones I do want to try. I would love to try like Laura Mercier or like the Too Faced Peach Powder. I'll probably do the Too Faced one. And now that Boots sells it, I can pick it up quite easily as well. So when I do get those new products, look forward to another one of these videos in the future. So let's do it. And we're back. We were just showing some extensive cleanup because this is messy as all hell. So we're just going to leave this on a tiny bit. And while we do so, I'm going to be talking about something that I have used in the past, but I've never actually done on the channel, I don't think. So since I just bought a new one of these, it's perfect time to show it off. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Perfecting Powder. This is a really good, really nice foundation powder. It's a little bit sheer, which is what we want. And we're just going to hammer that with our buffing brush. And we're just go in all the areas that we didn't set or put concealer. And that's just going to set the foundation in place for us. It doesn't really add much extra coverage or colour. Mattifies us out just nice. I have used this product before, but I went off using it for a while. That's all we need. And now I'm back into it, so I thought I'd share with you all. It's in shade Vanilla Rose. That's what my old L'Oreal True Match foundation used to be in. That's the foundation that I started using when I first started doing makeup. That one is also a very nice foundation. I do recommend that. That's the one you see first on the L'Oreal counters usually, and then below it you see the new 24-hour Fresh Wear. So how's everyone been doing anyway? I'm going to be filming a catch-up video soon. We're going to talk about lots of different things, and I'm quite excited about that because I have some really interesting recommendations for you all, even in a catch-up video as well. Always coming through with those recommendations, but yeah, I've been doing really great. And what we talked about last time, where I said I wasn't feeling so self-conscious and that kind of thing, I think it's kind of reached its fruition now as well, which is nice, where I suppose don't care is a silly thing to say because I should care, and I do, but I'm not looking in the mirror and thinking, oh, you're so ugly, you're so disgusting, like, oh God, how could anybody ever want you? Like, I'm still on the how could anybody ever want you train, because I'm still on the how could anyone ever want you train, because that's a very hard one to get over, but I'm happier with myself lately, which is really nice. You know, a step on the way towards self-love. I think it'll take a long time before we actually get there, but what I want to start doing eventually when I kick my ass into gear is, I realise I'm going to snack all the time for the rest of my life. I'm going to have one takeaway a week for the rest of my life. It's always going to be the same, but I just want to start doing some exercise so that I can be a bit more physically healthy, and I can sort of counteract the crap I put into my body by doing some really nice things to get it out of my body. I mean, if I'm shoving all that sugar and that fat into my body, I may as well make use of it and turn it into energy to use in some exercise. So as soon as I can get someone to do some exercise with me and go to something regularly, then that's what I will do. My mother has said she's going to start doing exercising videos and stuff with me, so I'm quite excited about that. I'll let you all know when we eventually start doing that. But yeah, work is going well. Still getting really amazing emails into head office from some of you guys who've seen me in the shop when I serve, and I want to let you know that that means more than you could ever know to me. Like I always tell you in the shop, whenever you say it, like, oh, thank you so much, like it made my day. But it really does. Like sometimes I'll go in and I'll be in a shit mood. I'll be like, oh god, here we go. And of course that's never going to compromise how I serve any of you. But and then some of the compliments I get, some of the things you guys say, just really makes me think, oh, I'm good at my job, and no amount of being made to feel inadequate could ever do that, could ever undo that. And that's so amazing. And a lot of the time when I go in and I'm having a bit of an anxious day and I'm feeling a bit anxious, like I've made a mistake on the till and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Just speaking to some of you all really makes me feel better. And my colleagues, of course, I work with an incredible team, as you all know. I love them all so much, and they're so good at making me feel relaxed and making me feel at home in such a great environment, and I can't thank any of them enough for that. It's amazing, it really is. But I want to know how you all are in the comments. I want to know, how's your work life going? If you're not working, how's home life going? How's home life going in general? How's your love life? I'd love to know about that. So yeah, it's going well, and I'm enjoying myself, which is so good. But it's time to dust off this bake now. I feel like that was a nice way to get through the let it bake process, is just catch up, have a little chat, discuss how life is treating us, and dust off our bake. Dust off our bake like dusting off the negative thoughts, am I right? We're dusting off the negative thoughts and letting them fly away in the wind into the ether where they should be. So now we're going to go on to the next part of base, which is bronzer. I do have a new product for this, so my mother actually has used this, but I have not. We decided to, my mother does Avon, for all who don't know, and we decided to order some things last month. I've got some more on the way at the moment, so I'll put those into a makeup haul once I get that new concealer as well. We can talk about those in a later date. But we did get the Avon True Bronzing Pearls. This is in Sunset Glow. This is their new shade, and my mother has used this and she really, really likes it. I loved how it looked on her as well. It's a bit more pigmented than my Hoola bronzer, which is my all-time favourite. I don't know if that's ever going to change, but this has a bit of a sheen to it as well. I've never used a bronzer with sheen in it, so I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that. I'm not going to contour my nose with it for obvious reasons. We don't want a shiny nose, so I'm still going to use this to contour the nose, which I will do off camera. But I will show how this applies on camera now. So we have our little pearls. There's a few different colours, and there's a bit of gold, there's a bit of bronze, there's a bit of pink. It all goes together to a nice bronzy colour. So I've never used one of these pearl products before, but the two products I ordered, spoiler alert, are both pearl related. So I'm very excited to try this out. So we're going to take our bronzer brush, which is a Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush, and we're just going to swirl it around. We're going to dip it in, swirl, dip it in, swirl. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll soon find out, won't we? So let's tap some of that off, and let's put it on. So you all know I like to do my moon when it comes to bronzer. Do my half moon up to here. Bring it back down. Half moon up to here. Bring it back down. Half moon up here. Bring it back down. Brush the hair out the way. Bring it back down. And then we just swirl and blend it in. I like to take it into the beard as well. And just swirl and blend up to here. I really like the colour. It's a nice colour. I'm not seeing the sheen, so the sheen must be minimal, which is good. Because I don't like too much sheen. I'm not one for like dewy or anything like that. There's some hairography for everybody who's excited for some hairography. This is sheer enough in terms of the glow anyway, for me to think I could probably contour my nose with it too. But knowing my luck, I'd go in with my nose, I'd go in, yeah, I'd go in with the brush that I contour my nose with, and I'd hit one of the highlight pearls, and then it would just go gold, and it's just like, oh god, here we go. And I've decided that if I like this enough, I will order one from the Avon book. These are £10 full price, but whenever we order the pearls, we wait for them to come on half price. They go down to £5.50, which is a very, very good price. The finish is really nice. It's still quite mattifying, but there is a sheen there. It builds really nice. It's not patchy. Okay, there's the nose done. Nice and snatched, brought in. And there's the bronze. It's very, very nice, fair play. It is very sunset. I understand why it's called Sunset Glow for sure. I wish there was a way to make nose contour look good at every single angle. But you always have to be downwards like this to see how snatched in the nose is, otherwise you look like a psychopath. But oh well, we will get over it. So next comes blush. So this is another thing I've never used before, which is blush with a little bit of sheen in it. I'm not used to this. It's quite subtle from the swatch that I've done, but I am quite excited because this is a very popular product. So this is the Milani Baked Blush. This is a very, very popular product. A lot of people absolutely love this. The reviews were glowing on Beauty Bay, and this was £10. Very nice packaging, a little bit flimsy, gotta be honest, but it does look nice. And this is in shade Luminoso, which is a more corally colour with a little bit of golden sheen in it. I really, really like this colour, and I'm excited to see how this is going to translate on the face, because you all know I love my Benefit blushes, but they are sheer as hell. So it'll be nice to use something with a little bit more pigment, but of course, I've got to be careful, because look at that. So let's swatch it and get the mirror out the frame, which I should have already done before I came back on. So there's the colour. It is really nice. I'm excited to see how it's going to look on the face when we apply it. So let's go. So let's get our Real Techniques blush brush. Picks up that really nice, and it'll blend it out really nice on the face. I think it's just that those Benefit blushes are extremely sheer. Take off the paper, because this is going to go on highly pigmented otherwise. Right. Let's blush up. Good tip when you're buying blush, smile the whole time you're doing it, because then you can get the apples of your cheeks much, much easier than if you weren't. That's really nice. We might not get a dud product in this video, which is quite exciting. Because I was worried that this was going to go down the toilet and everything was going to be awful, and that I wasted money, but I'm very excited now because everything's looking good. Let's blush up the other side. Yeah, I really, really like that. It's a really nice effect. It is quite heavy, but I'm not disturbed or upset by that. There's sometimes a little bit of a flush is nice, because it's nice to insert the redness where you want it rather than where your skin naturally has it. But what I will do is go back into our L'Oreal True Match foundation powder. Nice little tip that I got off Jeffree Star is to just dip a brush that you used earlier inside this powder, get some of that loaded up on the brush, and just slightly tap over the area where your blush and your bronzer are melding together. And this is what they call veiling. And we're just blending it all together and toning it down just a tad. Obviously don't do this too much, otherwise you'll end up cakey and dry. I really, really like this blush. It's really, really nice. I may be using other colours from their line in the future. There's a lot of Milani products I actually would like to try, but they're quite expensive from what I've seen on Beauty Bay, and way more expensive than I thought, because I thought they were a drugstore brand, but they might not be. They might be more mid-end. Sephora kind of pricing. So next we have the most exciting part of the entire routine. We have highlighting. You all know I love a blinding highlight, and I think even I'm going to be shocked in this video because I swatched this once yesterday and I thought I was going to gag to death. I was like, And this is the new Revolution Reloaded highlighters. These are just one big pan, and I bought the shade Set the Tone. And this is a pure white icy highlighter. You all know I love an icy highlighter. I've come to the conclusion that I much prefer it icy than colourful and pigmented because you can see it a lot better. Now this is crazy, like crazy icy. And when me and my mother swatched this yesterday, we were shook. So, let's just swatch it here. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, that is crazy. My cheeks are about to look insane. I'm about to be a lighthouse. And I've never been more excited in my entire life, to be quite frank with you. So let's put this on. I'm excited to put this on for work tomorrow as well. I'm blind. Every single person that walks into the shop and they're going to be like, do you want a bag? And they'll be like, oh my god, I have no idea. Oh. Because that's what I think about. Let's load up the brush. Am I going to be brave enough? Ooh, plenty of fallout. Oh, yes. That is gorgeous. And it's way easier to blend than I was thinking it would be. Because something I've taken to doing these days is blending it in like this. So that we actually get a nice gradient of colour and no harsh lines. Because who wants harsh lines? The reason we're putting makeup on our face is to get rid of any harsh things. Like lines, redness, bags, anything like that. Oh, look at that. That is so good. Makeup Revolution do really, really good highlighters, but you have got to know what colour to get and which ones to look out for. That palette I've used in many of my videos, the incandescent palette, is great. The white in that is quite similar to this, but this is a bit more insane. I was going to get a rose gold shade in this, which I thought would be like one of the sleek ones I used to use. But oh, look at that. Now that is some glow, honey. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ah, this is a home run. This video is going very well. Let's hit the chin up. Yep, glowing chin. Let's hit the Cupid's bow. Oh, yes. Look at that. Now we're going to do what we always do, and we're going to hit the forehead and just be messy with it on the forehead region. And then do the same on the other side. Just add a bit of glow to our bronzy areas. Yes, this is very good. Very, very good. This was £3, everyone. You get a ton of product, you get nice packaging. It's a bit weightier than the Milani one even. It was only £3. And this is gorgeous. I love it. Highly, highly recommend. I recommend the blush as well. I'm really impressed so far. So there's our highlight. Now we're going to highlight our nose with our trusty Morphe M431 brush, the pencil brush. As you can see, there's purple on this from earlier, and I will be using it for purple again later when I wing it out a little bit. But this is the perfect brush to contour a nose with. Perfect brush to highlight a nose with. I feel like using a pencil brush is like the best thing to get a really snatched, glowy nose. And something I'm very much enjoying about this video so far is I'm getting through things way quicker. I had a right mirror at the beginning, couldn't find anything. I was like, oh, where's all my stuff? Oh my god, it's already so late. But I'm getting through it at a much nicer pace, which I'm very much enjoying. And I bet, I'll say that now, and I'll be editing it, and it'll be like 55 minutes with lots of cuts and edits. And I'll just be like, oh my god. But as long as you guys don't mind, and no one has seemed to complain about the length of the videos in the past, so I must be doing something right, and I can't thank you all enough for that continued support. The fact we're on 107 subscribers, and we've only been doing it like a month and a half, 2 months, is crazy. Like, it's just bloody amazing. It's always been my, like, literally, it is my dream, like, to be honest. Even a dream career, to be honest with you, is to do stuff on YouTube. Like, I would love to pursue it as a career, like, doing some makeup, some gaming, some books. Like, I would live my life to do that. Like, Like, I'd have a schedule, I'll wake up, oh, today I'm going to be reading a book, playing a game, streaming, filming. Like, I would love to give that a go and do it as a career. But it kind of scares me because you never know how the internet will be. Oh my God. And how things will take off. Like, clearly our channel's doing quite well, and I'm so happy about that. And we both absolutely love it. Like, we talk about it all the time, about how much we enjoy it, how much we're loving it. And I'm so passionate about YouTube. I love it so much. I don't watch telly. I haven't watched telly for over a decade because of how much I love it. And I'd love to be part of the community and making money while doing so, because I would be truly doing what I love, which is, you know, making people relate, making people laugh, making people just enjoy the content that I create, and finally feeling like I fit in some way. Because so often I've done things where I never feel like I quite fit in, like, because I get so passionate about the things I love. I haven't done a gaming video for the channel yet, but as soon as I will, you'll see another really passionate side of me come out, like with books. And I never feel like I have anyone to relate to, because I'm not broadcasting it worldwide, which I should be. My opinions on music as well. I would love to do some videos on my music taste. Perhaps I'll talk about that in my monthly favourites and say like what I've been listening to. Like a lot of things you don't know. I have an obsession with BTS, a K-pop band. I could talk about them for a whole hour-long video and talk about every song, every album, because I just love them so much. If any of you would like any music analysis like that on any of my favourite artists, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to do it. But I wish I had the courage and, to be quite frank, the background to be able to try and do it full time, because it's something I really want to do. So we're just using our Makeup Revolution colour to highlight our brow bone. So before we do mascara, let's complete the eyeshadow. So now we're going to go on. So I'm actually going to use the Pinky Promise colour here, and I'm going to layer that on really nicely first. And then I'm going to fan out the yellow on top to connect everything together. I've already kind of patted the purple in the outer region, so I don't really need to work much with the outer edge. Right, there's that pink shade applied. Really nice, really subtle, exactly what I wanted. And now let's go on top with a bit of the yellow. I'm not going to use the whole sequence of colours that I did to build the crease up. And here we are. Eyeshadow complete. Actually, not quite. I'm lying again. So the eyeshadow's not quite complete yet. We need to do our inner corner. So we're going to use the same brush because it's itty bitty and it's really precise. And it's just such a good brush for this kind of thing. You can use a thicker brush if you want for your lower lash, especially if you have more space than I do and you want it to be way more intense than I do. But for inner corner and brow bone, I think this is like the perfect brush. And what I think I'm going to do to make my inner corner really pop is go in with that white colour Coconut Crush on this brush. And then go right on top with our extremely blinding Makeup Revolution highlighter in Set the Tone. Yes, look at that pop. That's what we want. Right, there we are then. So that's the eyeshadow fully complete. So now all we have left to do is lashes and lips. So for lashes, I'm going to be using a product I have talked about on the channel before, but I've got back into using it every day now. I'm not going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. This isn't a new product, but it is one I've only used once on the channel, so I haven't really talked about it much. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is actually my favourite mascara ever. I like this more than the Too Faced. It is the dupe for the Too Faced, but I actually think it's better because it's a lot clumpier, a lot messier, but it is so much more full and so much more intense. But to go along with it, I am going to use a new product, which is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Ecstatic Primer. So this is the Lash Paradise Primer to go along with it, which coats your lashes first with a lot of white to make it pop on such an extreme level and make your lashes extremely long. I have yet to use this. At Christmas time, they came in a set together for about £11. These are £11 on their own, but it's so worth it. You get a ton of product, and it's such a good mascara. Like, it's so good. And if you bump, well, I'll show you what to do when you bump your mascara in a little bit, but I always bump my mascara somewhere. I'm terrible at applying it, so if you see me bump it, don't have a panic attack. It always happens. We've never done this before, so if it goes wrong, then blame me. One thing that's worrying me, though, is if the black of the Lash Paradise is going to cover the white, because I don't want to see white in my lashes. So that is the primer applied to both sides, of course. Don't know how I'm going to feel about it yet until the actual mascara itself is on. Let me show you an example of how messy this mascara really is, though. Look at that. It is Clump City. But all you need to do, just, you know, wipe off the edge before you put the mascara on, and then you just go straight in with it. I'm not sure what the benefits of the primer are. Like, if it's supposed to make them longer, if it's supposed to make it last better, is it supposed to make it not flake off? It's definitely making the colour more intense. Do you know what, guys? I'm not sure how I feel. My lashes look good, like they look intense and long as hell. Which is something we all want. See, transfer immediately. Lower lashes is basically impossible to do without transfer anyway, so I don't beat myself up over it, and you shouldn't either. It's always going to happen. So I'm in two minds about this. Because on one hand, I really like the effect that the primer plus mascara has. Like, it makes it look so intense. And they look really intense anyway, but it's definitely intensified even further with the primer. But it makes it so the lashes don't separate as well. They kind of come together like this. Like, they come together into like a pyramidal shape, or a prism-y shape. And I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like the look of more lashes than less but thicker. Lashes are on, and it's time for the final step, which is lipstick. So I actually have two new lipsticks here with me today, and I'm really not sure which one I'm going to do. So I bought a new Jeffree Star lipstick in shade Jeffree Who. This is from the Christmas collection, and I love the colour. It's like a more burgundy, darker berry colour. And I'm going to be swatching both colours, but I think the one I'm going to use in this video is the Ofra long-lasting liquid lipstick, because I haven't used any of their products on my channel lip-wise. I have used the highlighter, but I've used a lot about how good their lipsticks are and that they are a really good rival product, so I'm excited to use them. I will use the Jeffree one in my next video, but I've tried them both on once, and I really liked how they both looked. But it was a very, like, put it on, like the colour, wipe it off, not like test how it felt on the lips and things like that. So that's what we're going to do now. So my lips are already prepped and primed earlier. Did some lip scrubbing, you know, what I usually do. Let's take Jeffree Who out. So I love the packaging on both products. I loved Jeffree's Christmas packaging so much, with all that fiery red and really glittery packaging. You know, best liquid lipstick on the market. It would take a lot for Ofra to beat that. So this is the colour. Of course, putting it on the hand is the best way for you to see for sure what it's like. So there's the colour there. This is shade Jeffree Who. It is a gorgeous berry tone. I wouldn't say it's red, and I wouldn't say it's burgundy either. It's kind of like a hybrid colour. And then the Ofra, I really like the packaging on these. The first square liquid lipstick I've used. And this is the long-lasting liquid lipstick in the shade Laguna Beach. So this is a much more nude pink. So this is what the applicator looks like. Kind of looks the same as the other colour, but it's completely different when you actually put it on the skin. As you can see, completely different tone to the other one. This is the Over, this is the Jeffree. This is way more nude pink, and that's why it's the one I'm going to be using today. So let's put it on, shall we? Right, let's apply the liquid lipstick. The applicator is a nice normal doe foot applicator, so you can't really go wrong with something like that. Let's get applying. Of course, I'm not the best lip swatcher, as you all know, so forgive me if it looks a bit uneven. It smells really good. Yes. That is such a good colour. So this is shade Laguna Beach swatched. And I really, really like it. And what's great about the Ofra liquid lipsticks, they are £11, which I think is really, really cheap. Like some of the stuff this brand does is really expensive, like really high end. And then you have their lipsticks at 11, which is really, really cheap. Jeffree's is 16, again, very worth the price, I think. Really, really fair. All right, everybody. So I think that is the final look. I really, really like how everything looks. Of course, we don't know how they're going to wear, and I'm not gonna know until I next go on a big night out. So I'll have to update you all on products I've changed my mind on maybe in future. So let's just finish it off. Layer of Matte Fix Plus, and of course, best makeup product ever, the Urban Decay All Nighter. Like, you need to buy this. If there's one thing to take from this video, it's buy Urban Decay All Nighter. It's £24, it's expensive, but oh my god, nothing will make your makeup stay in place better than that will. And Fix Plus combined with it is even better. Just, oh, so good. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Obviously, I'm going to cut to the glamour shots in a minute, but it means the world to me that you're still staying throughout all these videos and really, really enjoying this. If you made it this far, I can't thank you enough. And for just sticking with little old me on at like 1 o'clock in the morning, just throwing some makeup on my face and enjoying it, living my best life. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on 107 now, and we just want to take it as far as we possibly can. But even if we stay on 107 for the rest of the time we have our channel, that's fine by us. There's still 107 amazing people who watch us out of this 7 billion world, and that's still such an incredible thing to us. We didn't even think we'd have 1 subscriber in like a month. And look at us, 107, it's crazy. And ring the bell to get notified of all of our future videos. We're filming quite a lot of videos this weekend into the start of next week in bulk, so we have a lot of things ready to upload. I feel like that's much better for the way we upload videos. It's like if we don't have anything in waiting, then we get a bit demotivated to film everything in bulk. But I filmed a video today, my mother filmed a video yesterday, I'm going to film another video tomorrow after work, and she's going to do another one on the Tuesday, and then we're going to upload all of them together. I'll probably upload this first, I'll upload this tomorrow, so hopefully you'll see this by Tuesday, Wednesday. I got to edit it all, of course, there's a lot of footage to edit, but so yeah, stay tuned for all of our future things. I'm probably going to do a gaming video soon, something different, talk about some of my favourite games and get passionate for another hour like I did with books. I don't think I'll be able to do a short video as long as I live, unless it's with my mother. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing evening and you have an amazing day. If you're in work Saturday right now thinking, oh, I wish I could be putting that makeup on too, well, I hope you could live vicariously through me and enjoy it as much as I enjoyed doing it with you. So I love you all so much, and bye, guys. Bye.